Hello everyone, this is AndresRestart, and today we have some huge Nintendo Switch 2 news to get into. A Nintendo Direct has been confirmed for tomorrow, straight up entirely about Kirby Air Riders. We also just got a whole bunch of more exciting news for Pokemon Legends ZA. The more and more we learn about this game, the more and more of a good game it's appearing to be. We've been learning so much throughout this weekend from Pokemon Worlds. And yet, beyond those two big games that are coming out this year, there's even more little tidbits we have gone regarding some rumors of some other exciting projects that could be coming to Switch 2 fairly soon, including that Mario Galaxy 2 remaster. A little interesting update for that as well. So, we have a lot to get into today. Nintendo is finally waking up. Let me tell you about this game, Hero Wars, the sponsor for today's video. Hero Wars is a free-to-play fantasy MMORPG. You gather different heroes into a squad and set out on an epic adventure fighting different hordes of enemies. You collect equipment and rewards as you progress, so you can continually improve the abilities of your heroes while also seeking out others to expand on your roster and options. I got a kick out of continually leveling up my special attacks and noting the growing effectiveness. During the main campaign, you have control over when to activate the special moves for your different heroes, but I also enjoyed setting up my team as best as I can and sending them out to the arena and just sitting back and watching how they might perform. Something about this game that I found surprising though, is that on occasion you will run into some minigame puzzles during the campaign. I've seen these types of minigames before, but this time you can actually play them, and so it's great to actually help the hero escape with the treasure. Hero Wars is fun and free to play. Just by clicking the link in the description below from your desktop or laptop computer, you will get 100 energy, 300,000 gold, 300 emeralds for free, and if you apply my promo code RESTARTHERO25, you will get an additional 200 energy, 150,000 gold, 400 emeralds, and 25 Ginger Soul Stones. You can check it all out, it's linked in the description below. So this morning, on the Nintendo Today app, Nintendo announced a Kirby Air Riders Direct for tomorrow morning. Soon after, various social media channels shared out the information. Interestingly, at least as of this point, as of this recording, Nintendo of America hasn't shared out the Kirby Air Riders Direct, but other places have, and here you see Nintendo of Europe. Join us August 19th at 15 o'clock CEST, that would be 9 AM Eastern Time here in the United States, for a Kirby Air Riders Direct with director Masahiro Sakurai. The live streamed presentation will last roughly 45 minutes and offers an in-depth look at the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 game. So here they're saying Masahiro Sakurai is a part of this presentation. It's going to be 45 minutes long. It's going to be an in-depth look at Kirby Air Riders. So while we've gotten no gameplay up to this point, we're finally going to get our massive blowout of Kirby Air Riders tomorrow morning. We're going to learn all we need to know about this game, or at least a lot about this game. The floodgates are going to open in full, it appears here. And this is interesting for a variety of reasons. But I will also point out that there is an official Kirby Air Riders account. It's now open, so you can follow it, and likely different updates for Kirby Air Riders will pop up here, so keep that in mind if you want to stay up to date on Kirby Air Riders. But with this huge blowout now happening, it looks like the next big Nintendo game that's going to come out is Kirby Air Riders, and people are thinking this means the game could be coming out as soon as this September. What I will point out though is that I don't think we should be looking at this as one game per month. We've been seeing that throughout most of these Switch 2 months, there's been 2 releases per month of significance. We had Mario Kart World and the Zelda Switch 2 editions in June, and then in July we had Bonanza and the Mario Party Switch 2 edition. In this month of August, we're getting Dragon Drive and the Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 edition. So I think there's gonna be multiple things per month here. So Kirby Air Riders possibly could fit into October alongside Pokemon Legends ZA, for example, or maybe Kirby Air Riders does come out as soon as this September, and there's still something else coming out in September for maybe Mario's 40th anniversary, as we've been talking about a lot lately. And on that note, we have a little update on the rumor for Mario Galaxy 2 Remastered. So, JL7 Gaming on Twitter, who pointed this out to me, by the way, shoutouts to JL7 Gaming, thank you. They had asked, Super Mario Galaxy 2 will be revealed by Nintendo next month? Question mark. Added Special Nick. Special Nick, the originator of this rumor, comes from the Xbox Era podcast, has been known to have inside information, has gotten things correct. And Special Nick kindly responds, that's what I would expect. I haven't been explicitly told that. I'm just saying it would logically make sense. And so, here's an interesting update on this rumor here. The rumor is that Super Mario Galaxy 2 is getting remastered. And all he's saying is that he hasn't heard otherwise, and I agree. Logically, it does make sense for it to be part of Mario's 40th anniversary. Technically speaking, though, we have not heard that Mario Galaxy 2 will be coming from Mario's 40th anniversary. We've heard that there would be a Mario 40th anniversary direct from a few different places, and we've heard about a Mario Galaxy 2 remaster from Special Nick, and so this is more so a situation of connecting the dots and considering the history of Nintendo and how they handled the 35th anniversary with the 3D All-Stars collection. And so I'm here left thinking that we're about to have a really good time. I mean, already we're getting some very interesting news, but this could be the beginning of a big run here from Nintendo. It looks like Nintendo is waking up. We just got the Pokémon news, we're about to get a whole bunch of Kirby news, and then we're going to have Gamescom next weekend where we may get more information on some things. And then it's going to be September, the beginning of the month, Mario's anniversary. Perhaps then, similar to back in 2020, they announced the anniversary direct, as rumored. And then there would be another direct to announce all the third-party stuff. Give us information about Prime 4. Supposedly, there would be a Metroid direct after that. That's a rumor, but it does make sense. We're getting all these different game-specific directs. Could be another. And then, yeah, it's just a whole bunch of information, a whole bunch of things coming out. We've seen evidence that Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment could also be coming out this year. And so we could be getting a Galaxy 2 Remaster, Kirby Air Riders, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Pokemon Legends ZA, then Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, not necessarily in that exact order, but something along those lines. That's killer. And then some people are going to bring up Splatoon Raiders. Maybe that could come out like very last minute, although personally I think most likely it's coming out next year at this point. But it really just looked like we're in for a very exciting run here. And I'm also very curious about what we're going to learn about from the Kirby Air Riders Nintendo Direct. Sakurai's probably going to do what he's done like with the Sakurai Presents, where he presents the game, even shows himself playing the game. It's going to be a little bit of a hands-on approach there. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing Masahiro Sakurai and him sharing what he has to say on Kirby Air Riders in the style he tends to do things. It's going to be a fun time. And with it being a 45-minute presentation, this game might be pretty in-depth, so I'm looking forward to it. And yes, I will be live streaming it tomorrow morning. But there is more news to discuss here beyond the Kirby Air Riders Direct, beyond this little update to the rumor regarding Mario Galaxy 2 Remastered. We also have a whole bunch of news about Pokemon Legends ZA. We got a new trailer for Legends ZA last night from the ending of Pokemon Worlds, and there they highlighted the 4-player ZA Battle Club matches. So here, as they describe on the website, you'll face a whole new way to battle in the upcoming Pokemon Legends ZA and Pokemon Legends ZA Nintendo Switch 2 Edition in the ZA Battle Club. Up to 4 players will compete in link battles to defeat as many Pokemon as they can within a strict 3-minute time limit. During these matches, you can make full use of a variety of moves and Mega Evolutions, so don't hesitate, go on the offensive. When a ZA Battle Club match begins, trainers will be positioned at different spots in the stage. From there, you send out Pokemon from their team to enter the fray. If your Pokemon faints, you return to your starting point and re-enter the battle with all your Pokemon fully recovered. Defeating an opponent's Pokemon earns you a point, and these points determine your ranking. And so this is a competitive mode in Pokemon Legends ZA. Multiplayer has been confirmed in the game, both online and offline. Offline, you would connect locally to other people with the game. But it's a free-for-all. And it's a new style of Pokemon battling that I'm very eager to certainly get my hands on. You're moving around, dodging around, and there's a lot of different things that can happen in a free-for-all. So this is an interesting new layer of gameplay to Pokemon. And this is certainly restoring my hype in Legends ZA. We are actually going to have ranked battles in Pokemon Legends ZA. We did not have any sort of competitive battling at all in Legends Arceus, so this is a huge improvement here. Something else that has been confirmed is that Pokemon in Legends ZA, when they're out on the field, the poison is slowly wearing them down. This is a mechanic from prior Pokemon games where as you would walk around in the world, your Pokemon would be slowly taking damage. They have brought that back. It's been a few generations. But it looks like the Pokemon will not faint, they'll just go down to 1 HP. And so we've been learning a lot about Pokemon Legends ZA over these last couple days. I talked about a few days ago how it looks like from all the different demo impressions of the game, the difficulty of this game is certainly high. It's fun, there aren't really any glitches, the game runs well at 60 frames per second, on Switch 2 of course, the Switch 2 edition is at 60. And so we keep hearing great things about Pokemon Legends ZA. I'm excited for this one. But there's even more Pokemon news to discuss. It's been announced that Pokemon Champions is the future of the Pokemon World Championships. The Pokemon World Championships is the peak of competitive Pokemon play, and Pokemon Champions will soon be a part of that. Pokemon VGC battles will take place on Pokemon Champions at the 2026 Pokemon World Championships in San Francisco and in future Championship Series events. And some new gameplay was shared for Champions. It looks pretty fantastic, honestly. I really like the style of this game. Like, I'm not saying it's like an incredible showcase of Switch 2 abilities, because there will also be a mobile version, but certainly this does look nice, and I'm definitely eager to give this a try when it comes out. Something that has been confirmed is that there will be cross-platform battles, so whether you're playing on Switch 2, Switch 1, or mobile, on Pokemon Champions, you'll be able to play and compete with each other. It's also been confirmed that Champions will be free to start. And I think Pokemon Champions is actually kind of a big deal, because it becomes a place where we can see competitive battles focused on, and then the other mainline games become a source for something else. Like when they come out, these games will likely be added to Pokemon Champions, as they're now talking about Mega Evolutions and Dragonite being a part of Pokemon Champions, which are now relevant because of Pokemon Legends ZA. But Pokemon Legends ZA is not going to be the next game for the competitive circuit. It's going to be Pokemon Champions. And so that then has us wondering what's going to happen with Generation 10, which presumably will be announced next year. I'm thinking what they're going to do is continually update on Pokemon Champions and simply things that happen in Generation 10, and new Pokemon and such you can catch and raise and then bring over through Pokemon Home into Champions. And what's interesting about this is that they're going to allow Champions to be the place where you focus on the competitive element, and that may allow the mainline series to focus on other things and become more of a quality release overall. I do think Game Freak has been balancing a lot of different elements when it comes to Pokemon, and that has kind of pulled them in different directions, taking away overall from the quality, because every decision they've had to make, they've also had to keep in mind how this impacts the competitive circuit. But then they also have to think about appealing to all audiences, while also appealing to their longtime fans who have grown with the series, who want a little bit more of a challenge, who perhaps may want a little bit more of an in-depth story. And then there are the people who want to see as many Pokemon return as possible. And yet that lineup of Pokemon continually expands every game. There are so many challenges with the Pokemon series because of how much wide and varied appeal the game series has. Finding ways to focus in different places, have different teams work on different projects, will allow the mainline series to improve in quality. And so it looks like we're starting to see that with Legends ZA. They took some more time with it. Now with Pokemon Champions, that'll allow them to focus the competitive element there. And so hopefully that bodes well for Generation 10, we presume would be coming out next year for the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. And yet, we still have more interesting Nintendo Switch 2 news to discuss, because a friend of the channel, Switchforce, has been on a leaking spree, as he would say, talking about real leaks. He had been hinting at the partner showcase a little while back and has been totally correct, has been saying that there are other bigger plans in the not so distant future, which it now looks like that's starting to shape up. Nintendo is entering a bigger phase where they're telling us a lot more now. We're getting that Kirby Air Riders Direct tomorrow, and we expect even more in the month of September. But he's saying, according to his source, so I would qualify this as a rumor, it's someone who's heard something, that's literally the definition of a rumor. From his perspective, it's been leaked because information got out. He was shared an image of what appeared to be, I'm paraphrasing his words here, Switch 2 demo booth being put together at Gamescom right in front of Resident Evil 9. And so his takeaway here is that there's some form of playable Resident Evil for Nintendo Switch 2 at Gamescom where they will be demoing Resident Evil 9. So this might mean we are going to get an official announcement of Resident Evil 9 and we will see it playable on Nintendo Switch 2 at Gamescom in just a few short days. Gamescom takes place this upcoming weekend. But I word things in this way because I want to make it clear. He does not know for sure that Resident Evil 9 is playable on Nintendo Switch 2, just that they're setting up Switch 2 booths around where Resident Evil 9 will be played and advertised. So you can connect the dots and think that maybe it's Resident Evil 9, but it's also possible it might be other Resident Evil games that are just being made available for Switch 2. Regardless of what it is, it looks like we're going to see some Resident Evil announcements for Nintendo Switch 2 really soon, and there's a decent chance it might just be Resident Evil 9, the next big Resident Evil, coming to Nintendo Switch 2, and we're going to see it in playable form in just a few short days. If this is the case, it's a pretty darn big deal, I would say. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. It's a huge AAA series. So hopefully this is happening, and hopefully it's a good, solid version. But with that rumor out of the way, we have reached the natural conclusion for today's video. We have some huge news for Kirby Air Riders. We'll be learning more tomorrow morning. We've got a lot of exciting news regarding Pokemon Legends ZA. We've got an interesting update regarding the rumor of Mario Galaxy 2 Remastered. And now we have this potential leak, a rumor, of Resident Evil 9 maybe coming to Nintendo Switch 2. So it looks like we are in for some very good, exciting times. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments below. This is AndresRestart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I will see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.